Welcome back, everybody, to the Canadian Circus. In today's video, we're going to be looking at Andrew Scheer ripping Catherine Tate, taking a once beloved organization, the CBC, from its heights to its depths down below. And then we're going to be looking at Pierre and his reaction to the possible Donald Trump tariffs, the 25% tariffs that he's planning on possibly putting on Canada. Without further ado, let's get into this.
Cabinet ministers close behind, while the master spins his lies. Welcome to the Canadian Circus.
All right, let's take a look at this over-bloated organization called the CBC, this big dinosaur of an organization. It gets $1.2 billion of taxpayer funding. And let's see. Okay, here, first off, what I noticed is they turn off the comments. So regular citizens like you and I can't come and comment and tell them what we think of CBC. That's done by design. They don't want our opinions. They just want to push out their propaganda. And here we go. We got what? 20,000 views with a channel that has almost 4 million subscribers. They got 3 3/4 million subscribers. And yeah. And they get 63 likes. Like, that is an absolutely abysmal record. You got almost 4 million subscribers only getting 20,000 views. And here, with a Trump video, which is usually their best performing videos, 40,000 views. 40,000 views and only 250 likes. 44 dislikes. No comments again. This is the organization that continually asks for more money, more money, more money, while they pay out bonuses to their executives. And Catherine Tate won't even tell you whether she's going to take her bonuses or not, even with her abysmal record, which tells you, you know she's going to take one. On to the next video.
I'll get right to it. Ms. Tate, would you categorize your term at the CBC as a success?
Yes.
So you believe that you've left it in a better place than how you found it?
Absolutely.
Okay. So if I just go through a few things, and I just have to say you must have quite the echo chamber there if you believe that, because when we're talking about how out of touch the CBC can be with Canadians, you only need to look at the bonuses that you paid out during an affordability crisis to executives and senior management while laying off the frontline staff, something that even Peter Mansbridge called the CBC out for. When we look at all the metrics, all the key performance indicators, ad revenue overall down, trust is down, despite polls that the CBC might have commissioned for itself. Independent third-party organizations that analyze this indicate that trust in the CBC fell 17% in just 4 years. Viewership is down. Less than 3% in primetime markets. That means during prime time, when Canadians are getting into living rooms to watch what is on TV, 97% of Canadians say no to the CBC, tune it out, and move on to other things. Based on all of that, Ms. Tate, I just want to say, on behalf of the Conservative Party, I want to thank you for your efforts in helping us promote the campaign to defund the CBC, because I think outside of the Conservative caucus, you have been the most successful person in creating the demand to defund the CBC. $1.4 billion of taxpayers' money doesn't go for an online streaming service. It goes to a whole host of products in which Canadians are choosing other sources of information and entertainment. So again, I don't really have a question there. I just wanted to say thank you for your efforts to help us defund the CBC.
Did you have a comment?
I must say that it really does shock me the extent to which certain members of this committee and subs in, or whatever you call it, seem to make me the target and throw insults to my tenure at CBC Radio-Canada in order to...
Oh my God, man. The utter disdain this woman has. And he's just... yeah, this utter disdain this woman has, plus the fact that she's trying to play the victim now. It's like, I'm the victim. You're paying yourself millions of dollars in bonuses, and it's like, and she makes more than the Prime Minister of Canada, and she's the victim now. Like, off, man. Seriously, come on.
To discredit the organization. The organization has stood for 90 years, and we know 79% of Canadians say they believe that CBC Radio-Canada should continue. And so to have this be somehow a proof that that we should be defunding the CBC is ridiculous.
No, it's your mismanagement of money is the reason why we should defund the CBC. Get you the hell out. Get somebody in that knows what they're doing, maybe. Like, come on.
Go ahead, Mr. Scheer.
Just want to point out that those were not insults. It may be insulting to hear that ad revenue is down, but that is just a fact. It may be insulting to hear that 97% of Canadians choose to watch other things on TV other than the CBC, but that is just a fact. It is just a fact that trust in the CBC has fallen by 17% in just 4 years. When I had a chance to ask you about trust in the CBC, one of your responses back was that corrections were up, that the number of corrections that the CBC News issued is up, and that was a proof, some kind of evidence that the CBC could be trusted. I look at it the other way. When you have a falsehood broadcast on the national news, and then a correction that follows up a few days later, or on an online post, that doesn't instill confidence and trust in the CBC. It points out that the CBC allows things to get to air before doing proper vetting, validation, and fact-checking. And it may be insulting to hear the dollar amounts about executive bonuses, but I'll tell you who was really insulted. The frontline workers that were laid off when the CBC was claiming it didn't have enough money to keep that entire workforce, and then reads in the paper or reads on a news source other than the CBC, because they probably weren't watching it either, that senior management and executive all got bonuses. So again, those are just facts. It's everything I have listed off
15
comes
seconds.
from third-party independent sources that have indicated all that. And so I just want to again say thanks for your help in our efforts to defund the CBC.
Mr. Scheer.
That's hilarious. Yes, thank you for your efforts in helping us defund the CBC. Yeah, it's crazy that you have a 1.4 or 1.2 billion dollar organization and they can't even stop mis and disinformation from hitting the freaking airwaves before, and they had to make corrections instead of just stopping it before it actually even gets out the damn door. That's, to me, is staggering nonsense. All right, next video.
The United States is the greatest economic and military superpower in the history of the world, and they are our neighbor. The U.S. is responsible for $1.2 trillion of our trade. We trade almost twice as much with the Americans as we trade with the rest of the world combined. Trade with the U.S. is 40% of our economy. President Trump yesterday made an unjustified threat of a 25% tariff on our already weak and shrinking economy. Justin Trudeau and Chrystia Freeland were surprised, amazingly. Everyone else knew something like this could be coming because President Trump had been talking about it for years on the campaign trail. Yet 20 days ago, Chrystia Freeland said, "Don't worry, Canada will be fine." Apparently, neither she nor Justin Trudeau were following what the incoming president was saying. And now we must take account and we must be honest with our unprecedented weakness. After 9 years of Prime Minister Trudeau, our GDP is smaller than it was when he took off, per capita is smaller than it was when he took office. In fact, our per capita GDP has dropped more than any other G7 country since the year before COVID. We have the most indebted households. We've had the worst housing inflation. A quarter of our people are in poverty. 2 million people line up in food banks. Food prices have risen 37% faster in Canada than in the United States of America. Our economy is teetering on the brink of collapse. And now we face this renewed threat. We need a plan to put Canada first on the economy, and on security. So, to start with, on the economy, I'm calling on Prime Minister Trudeau to put partisanship aside and, in the spirit of Team Canada, to accept that he cannot go ahead with quadrupling the carbon tax to 61 cents a litre. This was an irresponsible policy to begin with, but combining this kind of crippling energy tax increase with potential tariffs from Donald Trump would push our economy into a nightmare and a tailspin. So,
Yeah, it's already damaging the economy, this carbon tax. Now to push it back up, push it up to 61 cents a liter is going to destroy everything. But that's just the way Justin Trudeau has treated our country. He's allowed foreign invaders in. He's crippled the economy. He's blown out the budget. The guy goes and dances while his home city is burning to the ground, and that's just the way he's looked at everything. And look, he's also going on stupid shows like Hot Wings, like eating hot wings, like what is it called, Hot Ones or something. It's like the guy is an utter just buffoon and clown. But yeah, that's it for me. I'll leave a link to the full clip of this down in the comment section below. So don't forget to like and subscribe and tell me down below what you think of all this. That said, Canadian Circus is out. Peace.
Welcome to the Canadian Circus.